Put your hands on, cover by the lip. And see you tomorrow.
See you.
Bye-bye. Have fun.
Okay, don't stay on it.
Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City Day 2. Today we're gonna head over to the Cu Chi tunnels.
And we're gonna do it on our own. At least we will attempt. So now we're heading to the station. Apparently it's very close from here. And we're gonna take a public transportation to Cu Chi, which is nearly 40 kilometers away from Ho Chi Minh City.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's 7:30 and there is a dancing class in the park. We found the bus station. It's actually at one end of the park we visited yesterday, the opposite one from the underground market. And we are now looking for number 13. On the internet, we found comments that you can just stand along the park on the road in one specific place that is not marked on the map. Oh, there it is, 13, baby. And the bus will stop, but well, we already seen one going. We waved and did not stop, but we were not in the specific location. So we just walked to the station. It's probably better to get in here. The tickets are 10,000 or 20,000 per person. And according to the Public Transportation Network website, it will take us 80 minutes to do the full route, because we are the beginning station and Cu Chi is the end station. We found our bus. Let's go. The wait was actually super short. We just saw one bus 13 on our way here, and this one already departed, so the difference was maybe 10 minutes at 15 minutes max. Super affordable option.
On the bus, have a plan meeting to practice. Let's go.
And this is the bus. Very comfy. There's AC, so I'm freezing again, but I'm prepared. And we are now leaving that bus station to Cu Chi. It's amazing how in Vietnam, in early morning, people are super active. They do exercises. There's like a dancing class. Awesome. This looks like another stop for 14. Actually, there is a bus stop here. And on the opposite side, you would have this set of public restrooms. Now you know. We just arrived to the Cu Chi bus station and we are heading towards number 79. The bus was perfectly on time. It was exactly 80 minutes like on the schedule. So the first hour in Ho Chi Minh City area and then really fast in the next section, and we arrived on time, and this is our bus. Let's jump in. This is the inside of the second bus, UK 7,000 per person, and we are about to leave the station, so we waited maybe 10 minutes for the departure of the next bus. I think the ride now will be 40 minutes to the tunnels.
When you get off the bus stop, you walk about 0.5 kilometers to the ticket booth, and then another 0.5 to get to the ticket check, so you can go into where the entire complex begins. So it's pretty quiet right now. So we may have might be us and a few others here. Let's see.
There are no buses.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a sightseeing way. I just realized something. I think this may be not the main parking lot, because this car just bought his ticket and went straight over there. So maybe the tourists are actually there. And we're the last ones to the game. Oh no! They made it here! And they're gonna beat us to the entrance! Oh no!
We're at the Ho Chi tunnels, and these tunnels were actually built during the French occupation. So the Vietnamese were preparing these so that they can, fight the French, and later they were used to also fight the Americans during the American War.
This is what looks like a termite nest, but it's actually a ventilation system for the tunnels. So the Americans during the war knew that the Vietnamese have tunnels, but they didn't know exactly where they were. So what they did is they bombed heavily the area, and then they sent walking soldiers with dogs to sniff out people. So what the Vietnamese did is collect remains of American soldiers' clothes, for example, cigarette butts and stuff, and put it here around this area. So when the dogs arrived, they could not sniff local people. They only sniffed the familiar American scent, and this is how the local people survived. And now let's follow the guide and the guys to the tunnel area. The first thing we're gonna do is watch a movie about the tunnels, and then we're gonna go and see the actual tunnels. These are the outfits of the guerrilla soldiers, black for women and green for men. And you can just pay attention to the sandals. They're apparently made of broken tires, and the bottom of them are very smart. They're like back front sandals. So with the footprints of these sandals, you cannot basically have an idea if the person was walking forward or backwards, because they were squared and you cannot really follow a person. So you will never find the entrance to the tunnel. So smart. We're following our guide to the movie area. We already passed like 3 or 4 of them, so they're really well prepared. And this is how we will learn more about the tunnels. Let's go. This is a 3D model of the tunnels. You can see 3 levels in here. The first level is for everyday life and also serves as a bunker. The second level is communication and moving from one side to the other, and the third one is for traps and also connecting the second levels. As you can see, this is the water well in here, and this section, the triangle one, is for cover during bombing, and because they considered that the triangle shape would not collapse. And on this side, ultimately all the system connected to the Saigon River, so this was the evacuation path.
Come along into the Ho Chi tunnels.
tunnel.
It was warm.
We use
It's pretty tight. Slower. Made it out.
Felicia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go into my hidden tunnel and be able to find me after this.
Easy, easy. Watch your hand.
Bye.
Okay, you want to try more?
Oh my god, he's gone. He's gone.
Okay.
There you are. All right. That wasn't too bad.
You're not too dirty.
No.
Okay, so I just go down first.
Yeah. Make a shoe.
Yeah.
I made friends.
Tunnel friends.
Tunnel friends. Because they need the two tunnels.
How was it?
It's not, it's just the entrance is super scary. Inside is just totally fine.
Do that. Buy the movie shop.
One try, yeah. Not this one.
Traps that were set on the ground during the war. So the first one, it flips around and there are bamboo sticks inside, so you get pierced by them. The second one is a similar concept, but it's actually moving, so the nails and bamboo sticks are under the wooden construction here. This is to trap a leg and pierce the foot. For usually positioned in the tiles or in the river. Though some other thing to track your by the armpits. And the same over there. Called the Wandersat.
Onwards to our third tunnel. Let's go.
Oh, and there's entrance to another tunnel. They scared me again. So this was a medical camp. And this is the exit.
Let's go in.
Oh, now we are going down. Oh, it's a big room.
Let's get the second part of this tunnel.
There we go.
Wow, it's warm in there.
We made it.
This is the gorilla kitchen in a tunnel, but the tunnel is constructed in a way that the smoke doesn't come out from here, but several meters away and it's usually so diffused already that it nearly looks like a fog. You would not even realize that this is actually there. This is the evacuation vent of the kitchen.
We just finished going through the Kuchi tunnels.
Literally.
I have to say I'm quite impressed by how elaborate they are. There are different levels, there are different rooms, different sizes of tunnels. I think that these are adapted to tourists, but it's super impressive, the network of tunnels that were created here out of necessity, really.
And I think what they created in here in terms of experience for us tourists to understand how people lived and used the tunnels was pretty awesome as well, because we literally went through 4 tunnels, including one very tiny. You probably already seen it in the video.
Yeah.
I will admit that it was scary the moment you put the cover above you and there's no light for a second. So it was really helpful to understand how people lived, how this entire community could survive in here.
Yeah.
So this is on the positive side of things. How would you evaluate the experience?
I would say it's a 5 out of 5 for me, just because you get to know more about Kuchi, the tunnels, the way that they lived. I think the tour is well designed. And yeah, it opened my eyes to an area in Vietnam that I didn't know much about, and also a period of history that teaches us a lot about the perspectives of the Vietnamese people at the time.
Yes, exactly. The only minor thing that we noticed was in the beginning, he watched a short video. It's 15 minutes long. It's very informative. There's footage, like real footage from the period, showing how people were farming and also how they were surviving the military activities at the time. There is a small dose of propaganda in there and sometimes quite aggressive language, so it was a little bit shocking for me. But obviously it's their perspective, as Uli said, so well, we'll have to accept it. In general, great experience. Well, it's teaching us about the war, so it couldn't have been light, but definitely worth it, and you must check it out.
Yeah, check it out when you're here in Ho Chi Minh City.
And now we're gonna see some remains of the plane and tanks, and we're gonna go to what was called the Liberation Area, and we have no idea what it is, but it's on our little map, so we're gonna go and check it out. See you there.
See ya.
Just before departing on our big trip, I read the book by Robert Mason called Chicken Hawk. Apparently there's also a movie based on this book, but having a title of his second book about Vietnam War. He was actually flying a Huey like this during the war for 1 year. And how would it look like? He would take 8 to 10 soldiers inside in this area. He would also have a mechanic and a gunman on the sides protecting the Huey during landing. Obviously you can see this is quite thin metal construction, so the bullets were going through anyways. They were actually fighting in the Nha Trang region that we unfortunately did not go through, but this is very symbolic for me to be in here, be in a Huey, and experience or learn more about the Vietnam War, or the American War, how they call it in here. And this is a temple commemorating the martyrs of this area that died during the American War. We'll see if we are able to come inside. Recent, but still kept in an old tradition. Beautiful temple. The drums used during the ceremonies, and on the other side there's obviously a bell that we could see in so many monuments and temples already. Beautiful modern interpretation of the traditions. And look at the Ho Chi Minh statue. Magnificent. We did not see it when we first entered, but on the walls there are golden inscriptions. And these are names of the people that were killed during this conflict. A beautiful memorial.
The tunnels are the first on the right. You just go down there, and this is the bus stop. This is the bus stop when you catch the bus, and this is our bus. Let's go. Polisu?
Let's go.
Let's go. Xin chào. We made it to the station. Look for bus 13 now.
Let's go.
Bus 13 identified. I'm wondering which one goes first. And we departed. 2:30 on the dot, and we waited like 1 minute maybe. Basically, we just hopped in, we got our tickets, and we departed. So now 80 minutes to Ho Chi Minh City, and we are beeping. I don't know why. Oh, it's the direction.
Short signal, yeah.
Yeah. The signals here are driving me crazy. They're super loud. You've been warned. Bye, bus 13. And off it went. And we'll go to grab lunch somewhere on here. Today for lunch, we're having sour melon soup, crispy broken rice with eggs, and vegetable spring rolls, or egg spring rolls, I should say.
Egg spin rolls, I think.
Let's go.